Welcome back to another video. My name's Jen. I help people reinvent their reality. Let's talk about compulsions and impulse today and what's the best way to fight an impulse, right? We live in a society of instant gratification. So we want things now, or we have these compulsions come up where we feel the need to do something, whether it's checking our phone or checking our email, or whether it's reaching for food, or whether it's smoking a cigarette, right? We have sometimes these compulsions come up. How do we break that? What's the best way to do it? So the two most important and powerful things to remember when you're trying to not let an impulse or compulsion overpower you is awareness and detachment, okay? So first of all, when you feel something rising up, the biggest thing you can do for yourself is to become aware of when it's happening, where it's happening. Is anything triggering you? Is this something that happens throughout the day at certain times? Is it like when you first wake up, or what are you doing while this is hitting you, this compulsion? You have to be aware of the feeling that you're getting, like that uncomfortable feeling, right? When you feel like an impulse to do something, it's almost like something inside of you is kind of like pushing you to do it, right? It's pushing you to do it. So to develop self-discipline does not have to be this huge, overpowering monster of a thing. Oftentimes, it's just about being aware and refocusing ourselves. Because a lot of times what happens, we feel an impulse, we feel something coming up within us, and either we just react. It's also like reacting to somebody who's speaking to us, right? We're triggered and we have like an impulse to just react to somebody, to jump back at them. So yeah, it's about noticing when it's happening, awareness. Because a lot of times we get sucked in because we're totally unaware that it's happening. And it leads us down this road of we cave, we give in, right? To whatever is. We smoke that cigarette, we eat that cookie, we say some nasty things to that person. And what comes after that, we feel guilty, right? We dwell on it. We dwell on it for the rest of the day. Oh man, I let myself down. I did that. I caved. Guilt and dwelling are two of the most useless things. They serve no benefit to you. No benefit to you. All they do is create this toxic environment in your head. It's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like they just, I don't know, if you could picture your brain and it just becomes all this gooey slime just encompasses your brain. That's what guilt does. That's what dwelling on something does. That's what worrying about stuff does. It doesn't serve you a purpose really, other than making you feel bad, other than lowering your vibration, big time. So this is why being aware in the first place is key, so you do not get sucked in. To those moments. And, a lot of us do get sucked in. I admit I do it too. We get distracted. We get distracted by things. So, becoming present and becoming aware are two key elements, because when we're distracted from what we're doing, it's people have issues with comfort eating and things like that. Oftentimes they're eating when they're doing something else, or they're watching TV, or they're reading, or they're on their phone or computer or something like that. I did that for many, many years. It's this comfort thing, right? I wasn't aware of what I was doing. I wasn't mindful. I wasn't present to what I was doing. Therefore, I was not actually noticing as much what was going on inside? What was the impulse, the compulsion I was feeling? I would just reach for things or just react to things. So awareness and is key. The other thing is detaching. So once you become aware of these things and you feel it coming up, you feel that urge to just do something. Wait it out. Give it a couple seconds. Give it a couple minutes, right? Because you're aware of it now, so you're able to actually make a choice or make a decision what you want to do here. That's where the waiting game comes in, right? Just because you have this fear, you understand, right, that just because you have this feeling, you don't have to act on it. You're like, oh, I suddenly have a choice. Just because like something inside of me is kind of like pulling me, I can pull back. Like I can take a step back. I don't have to just go with it just because I'm having like the urge to. I'm now aware that what I'm feeling is just like my body being trained to do certain things, and it wants to pull me in a certain direction. But I have a choice. I always have a choice in what I do, because I control my body. My body is not controlling me. I control my body. My brain controls my body. My brain controls my motor function. So, unless somebody is pulling me by the arm and dragging me, I have a choice to step back, to step away, to not do anything for a couple seconds, and to think it out. Like, do I really want to do this? What are the pros? What are the cons? Whatever. And then I can detach from it. So if my body is pulling me in a certain direction, almost imagine yourself like being pulled by, like, you have like a rope or a harness or something, and you either take a pair of scissors or you have some sort of attachment here, and you detach from it, right? You unbuckle yourself. So you can use that, like a little visualization technique. The next time you're having an impulse, the next time you're reaching for a cigarette or something. Awareness, then detachment. Two are the most powerful things you can do when you have any kind of like just this compulsion to do something, even like instant gratification. If you feel like this rise, oh, I want to do it right now. I want to do it right now. Right? Realize you always have a choice. You always have a choice. You can detach from that feeling. You are in control. So on that note, have a great day, guys, and I will see you on tomorrow's video. Peace.